That's what we gonna do. 100%. So, are you doing any intro stuff?
Oh yeah.
You're gonna be a busy woman today.
I've been.
So, do you want to do the initial
I
welcome to
will.
Shining
I already
Mountain?
told her. I'll do it.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I just told him that we would.
Now,
Okay, so where are you standing?
Come on in, everybody. It's time to start this day.
You are not standing yet.
And we will start it with a song. And start it with love.
or else. Start my day.
I start my day with love. I start my day with love. That's what I get more of is love. Start my day with love. When I start my day with love, that's what I get more of is love.
Love, love, love. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. Love, love, love.
I start my day with peace. When I start my day with peace, I get that sweet release of peace. I start my day with peace. When I start my day with peace, I get the sweet release of peace.
Peace, peace, peace. Peace, peace, peace. Peace, peace, peace. Peace, peace, peace.
I start my day with joy. When I start my day with joy, everything I do is infused with joy. I start my day with joy. When I start my day with joy, everything I do is infused with joy.
Joy, joy, joy. Joy, joy, joy. Joy, joy, joy. Joy, joy, joy.
I start my day with love. When I start my day with love, that's what I get more of is love. Start my day with love. When I start my day with love, that's what I get more of is love.
Love, love, love. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. Love, love,
Thank you, guys. We have some new faces up here, so enjoy. We have Will on the piano and Kristen singing with Red Star and Richard. And even I got in the act a little bit. So good morning, everyone, and welcome to Kalispell Center for Spiritual Living. If you're new here, it's your first time, grab a welcome pack, sign up for the newsletter, or even get a name tag. That way we know you're coming back. The one thing that makes this place special is that this is one of the only places that I'm aware of where we celebrate the fact that each one of you, each light of you, is an individualized aspect of God. And when you're standing up here and you're looking out and you see all the lights, it's just beautiful. And we're here to help you discover that, and we want you, and we celebrate it. We celebrate it every Sunday with all our prayer sessions, and we want you to know that you have access always, always, always to the one God, the one mind, and to all that is, because there really is a power in the universe for good, and we all can use it. So to celebrate all this good in the church now, please join me in saying our statement of purpose. Our community lovingly and joyfully inspires, supports, and empowers individuals to discover and express their divinity. I want to thank everyone who joined us online today. We want you to know that we love you and we bless you and we appreciate you, and we want you to join us next week too. And one of the ways that we keep this center together is through prayer. So immediately after the service, we'll have a prayer circle right here in the front. So if you have something on your heart or in your mind, please join us in the prayer circle. We'll pray with you. Every Wednesday from 7:30 to 8, we have a Zoom meditation. And there are cards on the back table of how to log in, or you can get on our website and find it. Tomorrow, October 6th, we're going to be feeding the fathead. There's a sign-up sheet on the back table. So now let's take a moment to bless your neighbor. So give someone next to you or a new person or old person, give them a blessing. Oh, if y'all want to continue to stand up, we'll sing our congregational song. Or not.
And this is good for you? Yes. I'm going to do this. Just got to remember to get this set up first.
Yes.
Up to a higher place. Up, far beyond this time and space. Up to a higher place. I feel my soul rising to a higher place. Higher place.
Thank you. Please be seated, and I am just so excited today to see all you all here today. Oh my goodness. So good morning. Good morning. Yes, yes. Did anyone bring me candy? Okay. That was not a joke, just so you know. So this is the moment that we really settle into the idea that we are in that higher place. And this is the moment when we take that breath, that calming breath, and let it move into our bodies. Because we're here on purpose, and our purpose in this moment is to recognize that we are here to support the children of the world. We support and love the children in our family, in our neighborhood, in our country, in the world, because that's what we're here for. And there's a Greek proverb that states, "A society grows great when old men plant trees whose shade they will never sit under." You see, we are planting the trees not for our own benefit. We're planting the trees of love and understanding and compassion and teaching the way to be the authentic self so that the children, the youth of our world, can move up into that space of their authentic, marvelous, magnificent selves. That's what we're here to do, is raise them up. And then we have that African proverb that says, "It takes a village to raise a child." And we're here for that. We are part of that village, raising the children up, raising ourselves up, because we too stood on shoulders of those who came before us. So let us move into that space of telling our children, making that commitment to our children that we do every single week and that we carry forward throughout the week. Let us tell them what we know of them. We see you, who you really are, made in the image and likeness of God. We cherish you, we support you, and we love you. And our children will now go downstairs with our beloved teacher and our beloved teacher's dog, who also loves on our children. Yes, amen. We're so blessed, yes. Yes. It took a long time of getting used to not having children back in our church, a long time for me, because children are our future. I see a child's face, and whether it's tear-stained or chocolate-covered or whatever, and I just feel this absolute love for that baby, because that's what they are. And so let us just now, with that idea that all children are lovable, all children are made in the image and likeness of God, let us rest into that idea that we too are the children of the living God. Let us move into that space knowing that we too are precious and supported by the love of the absolute, the all, the one. And that as we move forward in our days, in our weeks, as we move forward in our lives, we are not only here to contribute, we are here to be supported and loved upon, to be seen and heard, to be recognized as the children of God, as we recognize others in their wholeness. Let us move into that space right here and right now, for this is the perfect time. This is sacred time right here and right now, where we can have an opening within our spirit, within our hearts, and which creates an opening in our minds. Let us move into that space right here and right now, where we recognize there is one table that we are all welcome to sit at. And so allowing ourselves to feel that wholeness of this moment, the sacredness of this moment. freedom in this moment to be the child of God that came in as love, not came in to be loved, but came in as love. Came in as love. And as we remember that, we can also activate that idea within us that we remain that love that we were created as and out of. And it is from that place within us that we bring our gifts to the world. It's from that place within us that we contribute our good to the world. And it is from that place within us that is filled with the goodness of Spirit. And so we move forward together under the shelter of each other as we raise our children up. And we say, thank you, sweet Spirit, for all that we are and all that we're becoming, remembering all that we came in to be as expressions of the one. And so it is. Amen. So just take a little breath and see if you got any candy in your pockets you want to share. I'm on a candy kick this week. More than anything, I love joy. Well, not more than anything, but I love joy. I love joy. Oh my goodness, I love happiness and joy, but mostly I love joy, yeah, because we're driving to Missoula to take my son down there for surgery, my daughter and I, and I'm like, oh my God, did you see that tree? She said, you mean that dead one, Mom? Yes, that one. I love it so much. It's so gorgeous. And we drive a little further, and I see another tree, and she said, Mom, I'm driving. I can't be looking out the window, so I'll hold the wheel. I don't want any of this joyfulness to slide by me. I want to be aware of it all. I want to be right there in the midst of it all. I want to just absolutely bathe in the joy of life in the moment. So when everyone was singing, it was the same thing for me. I felt so joy-filled. I felt so joy-filled that we would find this commonality. We were singing together. We had new singers up here. We have Will up here. It was just wonderful. It was wonderful. We have the folks back there on the sound taking care of us. Greeters. We have so much good in our community. And that's what we were talking about this past month. Actually, I was talking about practicing specific acts and beliefs and the creative power that's available to us. That's what we were talking about. But how do we find that creative power that's available to us and utilize it? We did it by recognizing the blessings that were around us. And it wasn't like, oh, here's this neon light flashing. Here's your blessing. Here's your blessing. No, it's up to us to find those blessings every single day in every way we can. And in order to do that, you have to have the intention, right? It takes an intention. I can't get from here to Smith's grocery store if I don't have the intention of getting there somehow. You know, in my car, my daughter comes and gets me, or somebody lends me a bicycle, whatever happens to be, I have to have the intention of getting there. So in order for us to activate the goodness that's all around us, for us, we need to have an intention and a mental equivalent of what that can look like. So I've been working on the mental equivalent, folks. Yeah. I got up yesterday morning. No, yes, it was yesterday morning. I said, oh, I am one rich woman. I am so rich. I am so wealthy. I have, oh my gosh, I have everything I need in this moment, which was absolutely true. Absolutely true. And I'm so grateful for it. So I'm whipping around the house, and I'm like, man, I guess I have more than I need in this place. Yeah, because some of it requires cleaning, and I don't want to do that with all that stuff. But it was a different focus. It's a different focus in getting up and thinking, oh, this is what I have to do today. Oh, I wonder if I can do that today. Oh, what is going on? And you know what? We are all of us, every single one of us are determining what our focus is on or will be on all the time. All the time. Okay, let's swallow. I thought I had some water. Oh, here it is. No, that's somebody else's. Never mind. Okay. So today I want to talk about, here it is, Sandra. Sandra, it's right there in the window. I left it right there. Thank you. Thank you. Now I can sing for you. Just kidding. That won't happen. I want to talk today about abundance awareness, because what we were looking for was an abundance of blessings, right? And because this is the fall in Montana, we have so much abundance of food coming out of the gardens. The last 2 weeks here at our center, we've had people bring, and certainly before that, but I'm just referring to the last 2 weeks, coolers full of apples and pears to be taken, to be given, that were given out to us. This bounty was shared with this community. It was so beautiful. You walk outside and we have an abundance of leaves, beautiful leaves that are changing colors. Yesterday when I drove into the center's parking lot, I drove in very slowly and very quietly because a mama deer and her 2 babies were out here in the parking lot eating apples that had fallen off our tree. An abundance of apples were laying out there. And I'm just like, oh my God is so awesome. Our God is so awesome. So there's an abundance of everything in this universe. It's just how we recognize it and how we utilize it. So we were talking last month about utilizing the energy that's around us, so that we can collapse the atoms into something that will become a outpicturing in our lives. So we want to manifest in our lives. So we did the couple of energy exercises, and I know that not everyone gave a testimony on how the energy worked for them, but I've certainly heard a lot in the last 2 weeks, people referring to how energy works for them, how they call forth something from this energy. One person said, she was telling me yesterday, she said, I use a pendulum. Oh, that's great. And she said, I use the pendulum for a yes or no answer. That's great too. What moves that pendulum? What do you think it is? You all know. It's that energy. It's the energy within us. It doesn't matter whether you're holding a glass of water and saying, if the water moves, or whatever. I mean, what this is all based on, your life is based on your beliefs. So let's be really, really clear about whether those beliefs are feeding your soul and are enriching your life, because it doesn't really matter if what your belief is as far as spirit, God, Wonkin Tonkin, whatever you want, or not, or just the energy out there. It doesn't matter. What matters is what you do with that belief. The belief you have, is that to support your life? Is the belief you have the belief that's going to contribute to the world in a goodness, in goodness and in ways that are so enhancing of not only your life, but the life around you? That's what's important to us. It's not important what I say to you. What's important is what you do with what you hear. Yeah. I just happen to so love the tools of religious science and the principles that they teach and how easy it is to use them. That's why I'm here. I'm not here for any other reason than to share with you how well they work. The power of the mind is the power you carry within you. And when you doubt that, you are shutting yourself off from that very power that will give you the freedom to have the life you choose. Now, I want to tell you a little story about thinking, how we think, and how fear can get us in trouble. I have this fabulous friend who lives in another state, and she told me that they have brown recluse spiders there. And I get this phone call one day, and she said, "Oh gosh, Yvonne, I've been bitten by a brown recluse." I said, "Oh my God, what are you doing?" She said, "I'm on my way to emergency care place." I said, "Okay." She gets there, and they check it out, and they say, "No, it's not brown recluse bite." She said, "It is too. I can tell. I know it is." You know, Google. Well, it turns out it wasn't, and all is well, right? She doesn't worry about the snakes down there. She worries about the brown recluse. I'm scared to death of the snakes. So anyway, a couple months later, another phone call. "Yvonne, this time I really know I've gotten bitten by a brown recluse. Oh my God, you've got to get in there." And she goes in again, same story. They say, you've got a bite there, but it's not a brown recluse. Oh, she thought they were wrong again. But anyway, she left, and everything is good, right? Last week, I get another call. I get a text with a picture, and I can see her arm, and it looks like heck. She goes to the emergency room, and sure enough, brown recluse bite, right? She said, "You've got to tell that story, Yvonne. You've got to tell your folks the story, because where our attention goes, our energy goes." Yes, yes, yes. It was like a self-fulfilling prophecy, right? Now, that's not to blame. That's never to blame. But we want to watch where we're going. We want to watch what our thoughts are. We want to be really clear that we know what we're thinking. We try and feel, we try and fool ourselves. That's what I think we do. And sometimes we'll have something like, "I've got to tell her. I'm not going to put up with that anymore." Or, "I'm going to tell him," or whomever. No, no, no. Tell yourself. Tell yourself. That's where your power lies. And then you make a decision that's based on your good, the good in the moment, and it's just so much freedom. Rather than reacting to something, we respond to what our truth is. I don't care for that kind of behavior or towards me, so I've chosen not to accept it anymore. Now, it may split a relationship, whether it's a friend or whatever, or it may create enough space that it can be healed too. We never know. But that's not our business either. Our business is, we contribute to it, but our business is to do what we need to do in that moment in integrity. We must hold ourselves to that standard. What we do in integrity to your soul and therefore the soul of the other. How did that get caught up in abundance awareness? Christian Sorensen said, "If we're grateful for the abundance and blessings we experience, they multiply and expand." That's what I want to talk about, is how in gratitude we can expand our good. You know, if we're complaining and looking at something that's been difficult in the past and we're expecting that to happen again, which is just natural, isn't it? Isn't that human nature? Isn't that just human nature? But what it does is it sets us up then. It sets us up with an expectation that's what we're going to have. And what happens when we have an expectation of it's going to be hard? We gear ourselves up for it, right? And we have a little bit of an attitude about it. It just works us to death on the wrong side of the energy spectrum. It just works us to death over here. We're getting ready to sometimes fight, sometimes flight, but we're getting ready to protect ourselves, or we're getting ready to get our point across, or we're getting ready to show them the right way to do this, or correct them if they're doing it the wrong way. If it's all based on what happened minutes ago, weeks ago, years ago, we're still dealing with the past. Now, it would be ridiculous to not ever consider what has happened before now, right? But here's what I'm saying is we as spiritual responders, and that's what we are, we're all spiritual responders here. Because we know that we carry within us the ability to stand in truth. And truth is spirit. So we're spiritual responders, and when we remember that, I mean, I have medical responders in my family. They don't think about it when they see an accident. It's an automatic. You know what I'm talking about. We're all responders to something. And so if we remember we're spiritual responders, it can take us right into that place of response versus reaction. Yeah. You take that extra breath. You let that old thought go, and you say, what's possible here? I talk a lot about that field of infinite possibility, and that's where we're always standing when we take that breath. What's possible here? Not what has happened, and not even what is it I want to happen, but what's possible here. Because in my lifetime, I've discovered that even what I thought I wanted to happen couldn't be as good as when I could let go of things and allow a natural flow to come into my life. I could just stand up here and talk for probably 2 days about the stuff I've blocked because I thought I knew. I thought it had to be my way. I wasn't going to take that kind of a chance. I was going to hold on to that because no matter what, I really sacrificed for it. Oh, it's all that old stuff, you guys. If you don't have much of it, praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. And be the witness for someone who does. And the witness does not just stand and listen. The witness looks and knows. The witness looks at me and knows that I have a truth in me that I haven't quite discovered yet. And she gives me 5 minutes to find that truth. I don't get the 20-minute story. I don't get to call her back after we've had one conversation with the same story, because she knows better, and I know she knows better, and I stand in her faith. I stand in her trust when I can't do it for myself. And that's what we'll always have available to us when we're open to it. When we're open to it. Oh my goodness. Have you ever joined something and 5 years later you're still the new person? Yeah, I have. That was my MO in the past. They won't know anything other than my first name, what kind of car I drive. You know, it's that protection. Why do we need that kind of protection? From the love of God. And that's what each one of us is. We're the love of Spirit showing up. We had the most fabulous time this morning. I'm going to talk about this, folks. I'm going to talk about it. We didn't know if we were going to have music this week, right? Little things happen and big things happen. And you saw what we had. Every one of these persons, Will, Richard, Red Star, Kristen, Sandra, Kyoto, Jeff, DJ, everybody showed up and collectively, considerately brought their best. Man, do you know how hard it was for me not to try and direct everything? And I don't know a thing about music. But I want the best, right? Well, the best was up here. They brought their best. And remember, this is so important for us to know. When we bring our best, it doesn't, and I'm not referring to the music, but I'm just saying this. We need to know this. Our best does not have to look like perfection to anyone else. Our best comes from within. Our best comes from within. So when we're making a claim on the absolute, when we're making a claim on spirit, what we're saying is we're connected. It's just like the child who walks up to us. The child walks up to me, you, and you're the parent or the grandparent, and they know they're connected to you. They know it. They innately know it. And they want something from you. They want you to pick them up. They want you to give them something. They want you to comfort them. They want you to play with them. That's what I do with my God, too. I want all of that from Spirit. I want to be comforted. I want to be supported. I want to be fed. I want to be seen. I want to be cared for. And the only reason I can't is when I say it's not possible. That's the only reason it won't happen. So it's the same for you as it is for me. Cared for, loved, supported, supplied, safe. It's the same for all of us. But we have to think aright, and we have to make welcome Spirit's goodness in our lives. We have to make welcome. We don't want to be like the guy that's sitting on top of the house in the middle of the flood, and the rowboat comes up, and he goes, they want him to jump into the boat, and he says, no, I'm waiting for something else. So then the helicopter comes by, and I mean, lots of people tried to rescue him, and he keeps saying no. Finally, he drowns. He goes to heaven, and he says to God, why didn't you rescue me? He said, what did you want? I was down there in a rowboat. I was down there in a speedboat. I was down there in a helicopter. You see, we have ideas of what something should look like. Let's be open to what it could be, not what we think it has to be. And it really doesn't, what we have does not determine whether we feel prosperous or abundant. It really doesn't, folks. We think it does, but it really doesn't. I want to give you a description of what abundance is. Abundance is the perception or reality of having more than enough. Our resources, opportunities, love, time, or happiness. But unlike accumulation, abundance is about recognizing and appreciating the richness of life. Kathy Ann Lewis uses the definition for abundance as moving forward in joy. See, that's not about accumulation, is it? We might feel abundant or prosperous if we have this much money in the bank and this many cars and this house and all of the stuff that goes in the house. But our abundance that we and the prosperity that we want to feel comes from within here. And it comes with the freedom of knowing that we're precious, just like those children we were talking about. That we're loved, just like we love those children. That we're wanted, just like those children need to know. And that we're connected. The babies know they're connected. My dog knows it's connected to me. I try and disconnect. It knows it's connected to me. I tried to give her oh, no, I can't talk about that. But I want to talk just for a minute, too, about our mental equivalent, going back to how we feel abundant and how we feel prosperous. My friend Sharon was telling a story that she and her husband owned some properties, and they had this one property that had a major plumbing failure in. And so Sharon got some quotes, and it was a big job, a huge job, in fact. And she was just beside herself. Oh my God, this is going to cost so much. And it was horrible. She was losing sleep over it. And so she's telling her husband, Paul, about it. And he said, oh, just hire the plumber. Go ahead. We need it done. Just hire the plumber. We've got the money. What's the big deal? Well, Sharon fretted for another day about it. Now, here's the key to this. The money that Paul was talking about was also the money that Sharon had. Just go ahead and do it he was sitting so much in that attitude of gratitude for the abundance and prosperity he has and knows that flows to him and through him. And she was over here in feeling, oh my gosh, this fear. And it was going to take some of their prosperity away. And yet, in truth, it doesn't. It doesn't take our prosperity away. What does is our thinking about it. Our thinking about it. So she's told me over the years now, every check she writes, and now it's credit cards, you know how it is, she blesses and not only blesses the money going out, but pictures where it goes to. She was telling me yesterday, if a wealthy person buys a yacht, we look at it and, oh my God, they're so rich they can buy a yacht. But what happens when they buy the yacht is they also have to have people that take care of the yacht, right? And clean the yacht. And then you need a captain to captain the yacht. And then you have to park it someplace. So look at all of the money that flows from that purchase. We buy something at the health food store or wherever we go. It's a constant and continuous flow. So the whole point is we want to be aware of the blessing of the flow of abundance and prosperity in our lives. Now, we can look at our abundance and prosperity as far as in our relationships, in our bank accounts, in our community, in our families. But it's there. And when we recognize it and appreciate it, it will appreciate also. It will increase, and we will feel and experience the increase within us. I was so tickled last night when that rain came pouring down. And I had to laugh. Thinking, the studies have proven, the studies they've conducted have proven we have more than enough resources on this planet to feed every human being and every other living thing. It's just it takes cooperation and then maybe a different type of distribution and all of that, but it takes getting along and having a common intention and purpose of mind that we would create an abundance for everyone. It takes that, but it takes it from each one of us. Each one of us can contribute to that. I had something else I wanted to share with you, and now I can't find it. So, Will, do you want to come up and we'll start with let's just move into that space of allowing. Let's move into that space and place of allowing. Allowing our hearts to be open and our minds to be aware that we are equipped to bring forth that which is within us. That is the power and the presence, the freedom and the joy of spirit. May we activate truth within us that sees beyond facts that are in front of us and carries us into that idea of what is possible. Let us be like Alexander Graham Bell and let us talk about things before we actually see them, as he did before he even invented them. But the idea was there. There's something greater. So let us speak of that which is greater than what the fact or the experience has been. Let us speak of peace and collaboration. Let us speak of commitment and high intention. Let us speak as the spiritual responders that we are, as the contributors of good and the receivers of good that we've said yes to being. Let us stand under the shelter of each other, knowing that shelter means we are there not alone, but under the care and the love and the blessing of the other. Let us remember that our intention of blessing someone else is saying, may you have the highest good that you desire in your life. May you know peace and joy and love. And let us call forth from that depth of our soul that idea that we, in this very moment, are the expression of God. We are the identified expression of God, knowing itself as you and as me in this moment on this earth. God is knowing itself through each one of us. May we know that our abundance and prosperity is limited only by our thoughts, only by our ideas, our beliefs, our convictions about lack, activated through fear. And let us know that in this moment we can let that go. I choose peace. Right here and right now, I choose peace. Right here and right now, I trust that peace surrounds each one of us, fills us, supports us, and will guide us. For everything is searching for that love. Everything is headed for that place of love. Which is within the heart. And so claiming for ourselves the activation of spirit within in the highest intention to express as love in this world, in this moment, exactly as we are. And wherever we may go, and with whomever we're with, may we be the expression of love and the receiver of love. And in deep gratitude, recognize this is our choice, this is our road to freedom, and this is our birthright. I know this is so now and forevermore, and always has been and always will be, and I call it good and very good, and so it is. Amen.
Thank you, Reverend Yvonne. And as our ushers come forward, please join me in saying our abundance prayer, because this is our big chance to share our abundance. I freely and joyously give from the abundance and fullness of my overflowing wealth. I know my gift goes with love as it touches and blesses the world.
And so with deep appreciation and gratitude for each person who is here today, for the blessings that you are, for supporting our center and supporting this truth and being part of it, I say thank you. Thank you very much. And so it is. Amen. Thank you. Come on.
Do we have any October birthdays? Well, now it's time for the birthday song.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. God danced the day you were born. The angels did the bump to Gabriel's horn. God danced the day you were born. So grateful for the gift of you.
Yay! And now, as our service comes to a close, and we're all going to have to say goodbye to each other for another week, please join me in saying the protection prayer. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.